All right, listen, I need your help with this one
Okay. I
because.
never saw the original, by the way, Puss in Boots.
Oh, really? I don't think
Yeah.
you needed to.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right, so this one came out just recently in December. It was first announced in 2014 when it was going to be called Puss in Boots: 9 Lives and 40 Thieves. And it was going to be directed by Chris Miller, who directed the original Puss in Boots. All right. Then they decided they wanted the animation to look exactly like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, you can
So
tell that they're inspired by that.
yeah, that's everything's inspired by that now. Um, so they hired Bob Persichetti, one of the directors of that movie, to direct this movie, and then he stepped out, and they replaced him with Joel Crawford, who's a DreamWorks regular. He had previously directed The Croods: A New Age.
Okay.
All right. We got a screenplay here by Paul Fisher and Tommy Swerdlow. I'm not that familiar with Paul Fisher. I think he's just like a DreamWorks dude, but I know Tommy Swerdlow, man, because he's a real weirdo. He was a big kids movie writer in the 90s. He wrote Cool Runnings about the Jamaican bobsled team with John Candy.
Yeah, never saw
I,
it.
I talked about it on Hey, I'm Watching Here recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote Little Giants with Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill, which I also talked about on Hey, I'm Watching Here recently, patreon.com/the franchise. And he wrote Bushwhacked, which is like uh what's his face, Marv, Daniel Stern. He leads like a group of scouts out into the wilderness, but he's posing as a scoutmaster. He's really like a on the run from the law.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So those were three, like a trilogy of fantastic 90s kids movies. And apparently, all through that time, he was highly addicted to heroin.
Wow. I
Yeah.
saw he was also an actor before the
Yeah.
90s. He
Yeah.
was apparently I didn't remember him. I saw a still of him in Child's Play. He's like one of the detectives.
Yeah. And he's in Howard the Duck, too.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, he got clean in like the mid aughts. He hadn't like worked in a while, and then in like 2017, he wrote, directed, and starred in this movie about his heroin addiction.
Mm.
And somehow that got him back in the kids movie sphere.
Wow.
Yeah, so he wrote the Grinch, the new Grinch movie.
Yeah, I remember it.
No, I didn't see it, but
Me either.
what are you gonna do? And then he wrote this. I mean, he worked on it anyway. So it comes out December 21st, 2022, on a budget of $90 million. It made $470.8 million.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
A lot of
huge
money.
hit. People love the Shrekkers.
I
And
don't think they could say that.
well, I do. And it came in at number 10 for the box office for the whole year, right between Black Adam and Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Wow.
Um, and nominated for some awards, Logan. At the Oscars, BAFTAs, and Golden Globes, it was nominated for Best Animated Feature, and it lost at all three to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then at the Kids' Choice Awards, they weren't even nominated for Best Animated Film. I think some Minions movie won.
Oh
But
yeah, the second Minions.
might have been the third. Wait,
Minions 3? There's not Minions 3.
all right, then it's the second one.
Is
Whatever.
there?
I don't know.
What did they just make? They just made something.
The Rise of Gru, is that the one?
Yeah, what is that? Is that a Despicable Me or oh, that's a Minions. Yeah, that's Minions too.
Yeah. All right. So, but Salma Hayek was nominated for Best Female Vocal Performance, Logan.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. She lost, though, to Selena Gomez in Hotel Transylvania 4.
No, I only
Yeah.
remember 3 Hotel Transylvanias. Isn't the
No.
third one when they're on they're on the boat?
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
What's the fourth one?
I guess they made a fourth one. So now has there been 2 without Adam Sandler?
He's not in the third one on the boat?
Oh, no. That's what it is. That's the last one with him. And then they made it a fourth one, and he pieced out.
Yeah, I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
And she won. Selena Gomez over Salma Hayek.
The kids loved that movie. They
Yeah,
loved
you're
the
right.
Transylvanians more than the Shrekers.
I guess we should mention, by the way, a Desperado reunion. Salma and Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, man. Well, Salma was in the original Puss in Boots, I think.
Right, but we've covered Desperado between then and now, so I feel like we should mention
Good
it.
point. Yeah, it's a real Robert Rodriguez fest in this movie. No Cheech Marin, unfortunately. All right, should we talk about it? I need your help with this because it.
Well, I didn't even really watch it. Like, you actually watched it, basically.
It is so, guys.
All right, there's a wish.
No,
right?
can I just say like
you hate
this
animated
movie's.
movies.
There's nothing wrong with this movie. It's fine. Like people love it.
Love it.
It has a 4.3 average on Letterboxd.
Very high.
That's insanely high.
Average? That's crazy.
Yeah. But like for some reason, I just take no joy out of these movies anymore. It is such a chore for me to get through.
That's heartwarming.
I'm checking my phone the entire time. Pixar movies I can watch front to back. But really, other than that, and it's not the movie's fault. It really isn't. It's just me as a person. There are certain things from my childhood that I could still watch today. I still watch wrestling, as referenced earlier in the episode. I still read superhero comic books, as referenced earlier in the episode. But for whatever reason, new kids shit is a fucking chore for me. I hate them.
I think you went in negatively.
No, I didn't. I didn't because people loved it so much. I was like, maybe this one's cool.
Yeah, okay.
And it is. It looks better than Puss in Boots for sure. I still think all humans in animated movies look like garbage.
I don't know. I like Florence Pugh. I like Goldilocks.
They should have given her a septum piercing.
You're supposed to be attracted to her.
I guess so.
she's not supposed to be just right, just for Detroit's liking.
Yeah, just right. That's funny. All right, yeah. So what's the premise of this bad boy?
There's a star, right? And they got to get to the star.
Well, but first, it's that Puss in Boots. He's only got one life left.
Right. That's his purpose for wanting the star.
And so he's like, I'm scared I might die. So he sort of retires to this old lady's house.
Very funny.
And I wanted the whole movie to be him at the old lady's house.
Yeah. I told you whenever I did it for Hey, I'm Watching Here that for the first however long, I was on like, I got it. I got why everyone loved it. I was like on a 4.5. I was like at the average, what everyone thought. And then when we get into like John Mulaney and stuff, it goes down. But like at that point when they're playing like the Apocalypse Now song at that part and he's like eating from the same thing and everyone's looking at him in the litter box, like that's great stuff. That's hilarious.
Yeah, everyone's calling him Pickles. There's a Spanish version of The End by the Doors, which is the Apocalypse Now.
It's awesome.
And
so funny.
It's really funny. I was kind of into it at that point. That was the most I was engaged by the movie.
Me too.
It reminded me a little bit of Toy Story 3 when they're all stuck in that little school.
Okay, yeah.
But it really turns to shit after that for me.
Did you like Florence Pugh? Did you like Goldilocks and the Bears?
I liked Florence Pugh. I didn't really like the Bears very much.
I liked them.
I thought the baby bear was very unfunny, and for a very large portion of the movie, I thought it was James Corden.
Oh, are you serious? I thought it was John Boyega for a little while.
Well, he's not funny.
But I thought the voice was very similar. I thought the voice acting was very good. Whether the dialogue was good or not, I don't know. But I thought the voice on all the bears was good.
Baby Bear is my LVP.
Oh, I don't think that's fair.
I even looked up what the actor's name was so that I could say it properly.
Yeah, what is it?
Samson Cabe.
Yeah. Well, sorry to you, Samson.
He's doing just fine. I think he's going to have a big comedy career. You know, I'll tell you, he was also in that movie, The Bubble, the Apatow movie.
Yeah, which you hated.
Yeah, I didn't really like him in that either. But, all right, what else you got?
What, like after the house? He basically hears from them that there's going to be a delivery at Jack Horner's house, played by John Mulaney. Not his house, like his factory
I
or
like the
whatever.
backstory they gave for Jack Horner though.
Oh yeah,
Like
what's that?
he was in like the shittiest nursery rhyme ever, and he like rebelled against it.
What was the nursery rhyme?
You
Did
know,
they say
he's
it?
got his finger in a pie. They show like him reading it and then the finger being in the pie.
Jack Horner's like a famous nursery rhyme guy?
Yeah, I knew of him when I was a kid.
Oh shit, I thought he was the Boogie Nights guy.
No, that's what? No.
I thought that's where they got it from.
No, it's a thing.
Oh shit. Okay, but then yeah, so he learns basically to go there to find the map go to the star place, and he goes there. That's where he runs into Salma Hayek, and then they're off on their journey. And then it's basically just like a chase movie, right? Everyone's after
Yeah.
each other.
And there are bits, it's funny, in thinking about it now, there were things I liked about it because I liked Banderas and Hayek's relationship.
Very cute.
The fact that they were engaged to be married and neither one of them showed up at the wedding, that's kind of clever.
But it's really good, honestly. Like that he was too selfish. Like she knew that she could just never compete with himself. How much he loved himself.
Yeah,
and I think it's very good. I think everyone can relate to like being selfish and ruining a relationship, probably.
not
Because
me,
of their own-
Logan. I've always been a great boyfriend.
No, not you.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm shitty. So I didn't like the sidekick thing, the cat.
Though
Yeah, fuck
he's
that.
a dog.
Whatever. He's a dog dressed as a cat originally, though.
Yeah, I like the part where he says, "Rub my belly," and he lifts up his fat belly.
I
That
guess.
was very cute.
And he's trying to learn how to do that cute face. I like whenever they do the cute face, people always just describe it as cute.
It is cute.
It is cute.
Because that was like the thing coming out of, was it Shrek 2? Yeah, Shrek 2 when he first does it. It was like, it's so cute when he does it.
Yeah,
I like that they're still doing it 20 years later.
it's
18
it's
years
a
later.
good bit, man. They're not letting it go.
Yeah, I like it.
So that's team friendship. It's my second favorite team friendship.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Did you like Goldilocks' motivation? Like she wanted a new family, but that she sort of realizes over the course of the day or whatever that she likes this family. She'll stay with the bears.
It was fine. Like I can see why that's good for this movie. That's resonant. It gives the bears something to react to because they see her as part of their family, but they also understand that she's not a bear. But it's just like I'm saying this out loud and I hate it.
Yeah. Right. Well, something you might like. We didn't even talk about it. Honestly, we probably should have. The others kind of stand out for me. I really like the wolf aspect of the movie. How he keeps hearing it whistling, and he shows up, and he always gets scared that he's gonna die. I like that aspect of the movie.
I liked it as it went along. I like when like he realizes the wolf is death.
Yeah, I like it even in the beginning. He sees him in the bar. That's what makes him go.
Yeah,
to the,
but then that's just a big fight scene, and I hate fight scenes in animated movies. I just zone out.
But it looks pretty cool in this movie.
I don't care. It
No,
reminded me of How to Train Your Dragon, and
No,
I don't
it's
want
better
anything
than-
to remind me of How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, I mean, that movie looks great too, the way it's shot. But the animation in here looks so cool.
But it's just Into the Spider-Verse.
But that's cool too. What's wrong with that?
I'm less likely to give a movie extra points for cool animation if it's just ripping off cool animation from another source.
Oh, cool. This movie looks like 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't like this movie because it looks like something else that looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I disagree.
All right.
I mean, look, I saw a thread on Twitter that was like every shot in Tar is basically a shot from some other movie. That's like an inspiration from another movie, and it really is. Like every single shot is like he took from something else.
Right, but it's from
don't see any problem with
many different sources and it trying to come together to create a whole. That's something like Quentin Tarantino does. It's not just this very popular movie from 2 years ago looked cool. Let's use that.
All right, I understand. Well, it's kind of what New Mutants did with it. I feel like.
Yeah, no, but they got forced into that by the studio at least. This was just like, all right, that's how animation's gonna look now.
Yeah. Well, I prefer this than if they made Puss in Boots 2 look like Puss in Boots 1.
Absolutely, I agree, and I prefer this movie to Puss in Boots 1. I think it's probably the third best movie in the Shrek franchise for me.
Yeah.
Um, and it just goes in one ear and out the other.
All right. I enjoyed it. Not as much as everybody else. I didn't love like when it just turns into like Mad Max Fury Road where they're all just like chasing each other through the landscape or whatever. I
Yeah,
wasn't as into it. But for the first 25 minutes, however long that is, it's great. And I love the end of the whole he learns his lesson and they go off and I guess live their life together. I like
yeah,
it.
I kind of agree with that. The first half hour is really solid. Um, I didn't like the ending because it sets up further Shrek movies, and I do not want
Oh
to
yeah.
watch those.
They go to far, far away. You're right. Did you like the Jack Horner ending? How he does the
He goes,
thumbs
"We're
down?
gonna have a lot of new adventures and see a lot of old friends," and I'm like, "Oh, I bet they're talking about Donkey."
And it plays the great Shrek theme song also.
Oh, I
Did you
didn't
like
even
the
notice that.
T2 thumbs down when he's going down into the big pit or whatever?
Oh
Catch
yeah,
that?
I guess I didn't even realize that's what it was
Oh
referencing,
my
but that's
god, what are
pretty
you doing?
funny.
All right. I mean that's basically it. I don't really have that much else, right?
All right,
I enjoyed it. I give it a 3. You give it a 2?
it deserves a 3 though. Like for me, this is a 2, but like I'm officially gonna give this a 3 because I have to be objective as a critic. I can't just you know use my own taste
Yeah,
as a
say like it's
barometer.
not for me. I give it a
Yeah,
2.
exactly. So I do think it does a lot of things right. I'm
Yes.
gonna give it a 3.
Yeah, but it gets a little too like all over the place with the villains and their stories, and
Oh
like they
yeah,
stop
yeah.
down
The
too long. At
wackier it gets, the lamer it gets. I
I
don't
think,
I didn't like when Puss in Boots was like interacting with his past selves and shit.
oh yeah, that was a little weird also, and I think they stop down too long at the bear's hut. Like they take a nap for a while, and I feel like the movie kind of takes a nap in that moment. I didn't love that part, but I like at the beginning and I like the end of like the not the Shrek part, but
Yeah.
like the punchline of him learning his lesson. I
I
like that
liked
part.
I liked that montage of how he lost his first 8 lives.
Yeah, that was really good too. And he's counting it. He was like, I don't know. I think I lost like 5
4?
lives.
Yeah.
He's like, no, puss. All that was 8. You gotta like retire.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And he
The
asks
first
for,
the first
"Let
20
me
minutes
let me
is
have
great.
your heaviest cream." And he goes, "I keep the heavy stuff in the back." That made me laugh.
Yeah, honestly, like the first 20 minutes does everything. It's like funny, has that great action scene at the very beginning. Also, you get the montage, you
And the
get the
song is good too. That first song, the Fearless, what is it called?
yeah, the fearless cat. I don't know what he's talking
No,
about.
what is it?
Fearless hero, fearless friendly hero.
Your favorite fearless hero.
Okay, yeah, it's good. Yeah, and it's at Banderas doing the singing. It sounds like right.
Uh, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure
Yeah, it sounds like it.
because it's mostly done for comedy, and that's what he's there for.
He's very
Antonio
good.
Banderas is so funny. Like,
He crushes this character.
yeah, I give him my MVP
Me too.
always. And yeah, you know my LVP. Who's your LVP?
My LVP, I'm gonna go with. I, I like Perito the dog. He's kind of funny sometimes, but I don't like the voice acting. Knows he's supposed to be a funny character. I feel like so he's
Yeah.
playing it up, and I find it annoying. So I'm gonna go with that guy.
I also love John Mulaney, but he felt kind of disengaged in this.
Sometimes he has a few jokes when he shows up. He's like, "I thought I was gonna be naked when I showed up, but I actually have clothes on." No, I thought that was kind of funny.
Well, his voice just makes me laugh. I'm a big fan of that guy, and I love Big
Yeah,
Mouth and shit. So I'm happy to hear him, but the character didn't do that much for me.
he's my least favorite character, but I thought the voice acting for Perito was more annoying.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.